What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Casey Carmel Sessions, Sports Manager, back with another vid. That was very cringy. Today, get out of the way. We have a brand new video idea slash something fun to do for the just for the future, because I know there's a lot of teams coming up that are rebuilding right now in the MLB, which are coming up and they will be hopefully good in the next 5 years. But we'll see about my tier list. I'm not online. You guys know I don't have my desktop yet set up. Instead, I have documents. These are all 30 teams lined up in order of what I think, what I think the teams are ranked. Now, this section will be split. This notebook is split into two sections. One section is for the 15 and below. So essentially, every team before the wild card slash playoffs, and then every team above that will probably make the playoffs. So let's get it started with number 30. Go on another page. Number 30, we got the Athletics. Okay, so time to discuss. The Athletics, their team, they don't have that big of a future. If you play MLB, you know the Future Stars cards that came out. Those cards have some athletic player. That Compazzo guy, he's an athletic player, but it's not really about that in ways. It's just about the team right now. In the next 5 years, they'll probably still be in rebuilding mode. You know, the Orioles had their final year and they went into terrible rebuilding mode and 47 wins, 50 wins. Now this year, they're on the cusp of being okay for the first time in, 6 years. So that's what's going to happen with the Athletics. Number 29, it's going to be pretty simple. The Rockies, they have no future. Pretty much. Maybe they have a couple pitchers. CJ Cron is going to be a cornerstone for their team, but that's it. They only play good against the Dodgers. That's all I got to say about the Rockies. They have no future. They could easily drop down to 30 in a split second. See how the future holds us. 28, I'm going to have the Diamondbacks. The thing about the Diamondbacks are like the Rockies. They don't have that big of a future. They never have. The Diamondbacks are just one team that kind of just sucks, forever. They don't really win. So, also another short story. Now, this one for the Nationals. The Nationals, they have some future. Don't get me wrong. They have some future. Juan Soto, a future piece for them. I think he'll be gone in 5 years. This National team's not going to be that good. The next 5 years, pretty that simple. 26, the Cubs. Now, I could be completely wrong with this because the Cubs could be very good in 5 years. They could be very bad. They can be in the middle. They can be okay. This is a team that you don't know what's going to happen because they like to trade a lot. They like to pick up players a lot. And they like to trade away their players. You saw it with the Anthony Rizzo trade and stuff. They're just done. They just wiped out their team. But now, they got some Christopher Morel, I think that guy's name was. He's okay. But that's pretty much all they got. They don't got really no corner pieces. I think they still have Contreras. I don't know. So yeah, let's flip to the next page of actually all of them. Number 25. Here comes one of these teams that I said that's going to be in bad rebuild mode, just like the Athletics, the Reds. This is their first year of rebuild. The Reds this year kind of suck. I mean, not kind of. They were 1-18 at one point, I think. 3-18, 3-19, I think their record was. They've improved a little bit, but still a very bad team. The Royals at 24. Now, here's where you get into the moment. Here's how I get into the tier list where you're okay, these teams may be good in 5, 6, 7 years. But in 5 years, I just don't see the Royals all the way there yet. All the way improved. They're still that low-caliber team. The Guardians. The Guardians are another one of those teams that have really played well this year by surprise, a lot of people say. No more Santana. Santana's on the Mariners now, which I'll talk to them in a second. But this team, the Guardians are just these type of team that kind of just they're sticking around, but they won't be sticking around in 5 years, I can tell you that. Now for the Brewers. Okay, this really shocks all of you when I say Brewers for 22. Here's the thing. We saw this playoffs. Yeah, well, they're kind of good. They made it to the NLCS. They're a pretty good team, almost at the World Series. But you know what the problem was? It's this constant trend. I just don't see the players that are on the Brewers now sticking around, and they don't have much superpower. Powers like pro caliber players. We got Corbin Burns, which is a pitcher. Christian Yelich, who can be up and down. He can bat .093, bat 0.93, or he can ding 30. I don't know. He can do really crazy things, but no, not this year. Not in 5 years. The White Sox are 21 for me. They're starting to fall apart too. They just got back together. They just got there together. But yeah, they're starting to fall off already. Jose Abreu, Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson can definitely be gone. Jose can definitely be gone. These players can definitely be out of Chicago by the time that season is over. By the time these next 5 years are over. Number 20, this is where I bring in the Mariners. Getting Carlos Santana, having Carlos Santana can stick around for a while, I think. Having Jesse Winker, Jesse Winker. Okay, as I was saying before my camera cut, Jesse Winker could definitely help the Mariners, but I just don't think the Mariners are going to be there in 5 years. Next team's going to be the Tigers. This Tigers team is very weird. Kill Dabu, call him up. He'll be a star in 5 years, I think. But that's pretty much it. Miggy will be definitely retired by then. Probably his last year this year, so rip Miggy. Next team, I gotta go with this a little quicker. The Orioles, my favorite team. And I have them high on this list. And yes, I am biased. But this team is definitely not going to be a playoff team in 5 years. Not yet, and probably will never be a playoff team. This team will probably be bad forever. Mediocre forever. Never going to be an elite team like the Red Sox, Yankees, Mets, Astros, Dodgers, those type of teams. Never going to be that type of team. So, yeah, moving on. Rangers. Rangers are another team that I'm worried about, as long with they could definitely get good in a couple years, but probably not going to be that good. Pretty much not really a lot of players that can contribute to that team right now. In 5 years, they'll probably be the same. Sorry. Going on, Marlins. The Marlins. I have them at 16, and this is very high. I would probably have them down if it was not for a couple, like Yuri Perez, for example, who will be up here in 5 years. A lot of these players are very, borderline superstars. Jazz Chisholm will be an absolute beast of a player. Jorge Soler has power, probably won't be with the team. John Birdie, that guy has a lot of speed. This team has a lot of potential, just not there yet. Not there. Moving on, we have our final team not in the playoffs, just not making it, is the Pirates. Now, the Pirates, y'all probably were like, ooh, could we have a bad team in the playoffs? No, the Pirates are the final bad team on this list. I've got 3 of them right now, the bad teams. And the Pirates, they are not making the playoffs. They are going to be really good in 10 years or 6 years. I think the year after this, they will be a playoff team, possibly even winning their division. Just a hot take. I don't kind of know what y'all think. Okay, first playoff team, Phillies, the worst playoff team. They have some competition in their division. That's why I have them this low. They have a lot of good players, G.T. Realmuto, Bryce Harper, etc. going on. Yeah. A pretty good team. 13, Giants, in my opinion, will probably be one of those teams again. Giants is just Giants are weird. Because they can have really good teams and they can have really bad teams. 3 World Series wins in 5 years, hello? You're thinking, oh, well, these past years have been rebuilt. And then, oh, they're kind of good. And then they fall off and now they're kind of good again. It's really that type of story. Number 12, I have the Braves. I usually had them at number 16, missing the playoffs. But, yeah, the Braves are going to be a good team for a while with Ronald Acuna. Ozzie Albies come back next year. I think he's hurt, right? Just that type of mechanism that they use is very good on that fantastic management. Even Freddie Freeman says it the best. Whoever's going to be a Braves player is going to love the Braves for intern. Just saying. Moving on to the Angels. The Angels. The Angels, I do have them high up because I would have them really high, like 4-3 and 2-1, but I have them down a little bit because I think they're just that team that's going to be there, and then it's not going to be there. It's going to be there again. This team's going to be really good in the playoffs, competing for a division title, but they're not going to beat out the Astros. The Astros are probably going to stay on top of that division for a while just because of the fact that they are a better team. Moving on, we have the Rays. Now, this is the bottom tier AL East team, except for the Orioles. The Orioles, I still have the Rays making the playoffs, but the Orioles is just a whole different thing. Yeah, I do still have the Rays make the playoffs. Rays can definitely make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs easily. They have the winning record, 20 above possibly. I could see, jeez, scared me. I could see all of these teams having 90-plus wins in the AL East. Keep going. Padres, I have them at 9. I could have them lower. I could have them higher. They're definitely one of those teams. The Padres are just weird, okay? They have good players. They have bad seasons. They have good seasons. They have seasons when their best players play the worst and the worst players play the best. That's just what this team is. This team's definitely a stretch team. I'm talking way too fast, y'all. Time for a routine. Dr. Pepper, my bad. It's zero sugar, by the way. Doesn't change anything. Moving on. Blue Jays at number 8. Blue Jays. Okay. This team I could definitely have in the top 5. But I'm going to have them down because I think their prime years are next year and the next year. And the next year. Like these next 4 years, not the next 5 years. Because I think that 5th year, they would just downgrade by a tiny bit. But I think they'll be a top 5 team for years to come. 7 of Cardinals. Ooh, this is a tough decision. Pujols and Yachty gone. This is the hot take of the year for me because I really think that I'm going to be completely wrong on this, but the Cardinals can definitely be good in 5 years. Top 7, top 10. Number 6 team, just missed out on the top 5, will be the Twins. The Twins are competing with this top 5, with this number 5 team. Why don't I just throw them in there too? Number 5, the Astros. The Twins and the Astros, very similar teams, very similar situations. They both are competing for titles pretty much, not in the same division, but it feels like they are. These two teams are definitely the 2 teams in the AL that are competing for that number 2 spot because the Yankees are going to get the number 1 for years to come. We know that. But Yankees also have some competition. We'll get to that in just a second. Yeah, they're very similar teams. That's why I have them back-to-back. Mets. Yeah, the Mets are different. Okay, the Mets, they're number 4. They'll be good for a while. They have so many good pitchers, so many good players that have been playing well for a while. That'll keep playing well. Number 3, top 3, here we go. Yankees. Okay, you guys are probably raging right now, especially all Yankees fans. The Yankees are worse than the Red Sox. I am saying it right now, and the Red Sox will be better than them. The Red Sox are a very good baseball team. Just because they got Mookie doesn't mean anything. They have Rafael Devers carrying that team now. The Xander Bogaerts carrying that team now. They have a lot of these players that are really good, and they have players to come up as well. Especially Brian Bayo will be here in 5 years as well. Just look over the future, probably an ace pitcher. Moving on to, number 2, the Red Sox. The Yankees AL East competition. Now, if I were going on standings, this would probably be the Yankees above the Red Sox. But, it's opinion-based. So, the Red Sox are above the Yankees. But it's pretty simple. No one beats the Dodgers, definitely in 5 years, too. Now, the Dodgers could get worse in 7 years. They have 6 years with Freddie Freeman. Freeman could probably going to retire after that, after he's done with the Dodgers. Freeman could be leaving soon as well, so you also got to watch out for that. But that will be it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to. Follow my TikTok, the Sports Manager. Camera's looking nice, by the way. You guys might see that. Looking okay. It's still weird. You can see, the fuzz. But that'll be it. Here's the rankings. Beautiful. It's backwards for you guys, isn't it? Yeah, that says Dodgers. Cool. Okay. That was a fun video. The next video that's going to be popping out is probably going to be an all-star video. What could these teams be looking at the all-star break? This will be next week. Not weekend. So no videos this weekend. I'm taking a break, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.